Hello everyone, good evening. Please confirm if I am audible and visible properly. And this is our second session in that many days. Yesterday we were able to practice some more questions on 2D geometry, 2D and some 3D questions as well. Today we are going to take on two more topics, which are coordinate geometry and trigonometry. So straight away we are going to practice, and whenever it's required we are going to discuss the concept behind it thoroughly. I will consider all of your doubts. Okay, so there are lots of questions that I want to discuss with you guys, so that you can have as many questions as possible in these 2 hours. All right, so quickly starts with our first question of coordinate geometry, which is based on distance formula, the section formula, right? So try this one, and I am going to tell you the concept behind it as well as the solution. Khushi, yesterday I had repeated again and again that we have only one class, a 2-hour class for coordinate geometry and trigonometry. So please revise the concepts behind it, right? Remember, were you able to see concepts? Did you revise them? Because see, you can revise the concepts anytime you want, but you cannot have live practice with 100 people all the time, correct? Right, this question is based on internal division. There is a point A, the coordinate is x1, y1, another point B, coordinates x2, y2, and there is a point C with coordinate xy, and it's given that AC is to CB is equal to M is to N. Then this is known as internal division. And in that case, what can we say? Xy will be equal to, so this is M and this is N. So M into x2 plus N into x1 divided by M plus N. This will be the x coordinate, and the y coordinate will be M into y2 plus N into y1 divided by M plus N. This is the internal division concept, right? And that is what we are going to use here. So we have 1 point, we have 2 points. So find the coordinate of the point which divides the line joining. So what will be the x coordinate? It will be 5 into 3 plus 9 into 1 divided by 3 plus 1, which is equal to 6. What will be the y coordinate? This will be minus 2 into 3 sorry, and this will become 0. So the coordinate that we are looking for is option A, 6, 0, right? This is the internal division concept. Okay everyone, clear? Let's go to the next one. Try second question. Now in coordinate geometry, there are always some use of concepts, basic concepts from geometry, right? So try to use them here. and you can solve every single question. Okay, in this question it says two diagonals of a parallelogram intersect each other at coordinates 17.5 and 23.5. So let's draw two parallelogram. This is parallel to this one is parallel to this one. Let's say the vertices are PQ, R and S. They intersect like this. This point is O. What do we know about parallelogram? That the diagonals are bisecting each other, right? The diagonals are bisecting each other. So these two will be equal, these two will be equal as well. OQ will be equal to OS, OP will be equal to OR. Now it says the coordinates of O is given. What is O? The coordinates of O is 17.5, 23.5. Then there are two, it says two adjacent points P. What is P? Coordinates of P is 5.5 and 7.5. Coordinates of Q 13.5 and 16. So if I find the length of OP, then I can take double of that. That will be the length of PR, one of the diagonal, right? What will be the length of OP? OP will be equal to, if there are 2 points given, x1, y1 and x2, y2, then using the distance formula, we can say d is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. This is how we use the distance formula. So OP will be equal to square root of 17.5 minus 5.5, 12 square plus 23.5 minus 7.5, 16 square. That gives you 20. So from there we can say PR will be double of that, which is 40. Similarly, we can find OQ. OQ will be equal to square root of 17.5 minus 13.5, 4 square plus 23.5 minus 16 is 7.5. So the ratio is 8 is to 7, 8 is to 15, 8, 15, 17. So this will become 8.5. So in that case, SQ, the other diagonal will be equal to 17. So answer is option D, not option A. Lots of you got option A, I don't know how, but it should be option D, right guys? Very basic concept related to parallelogram and distance formula. That's how you solve this question, okay? Option D. Everyone was answering option A. Vishesh Mittal answered option D. Then he saw that everyone is answering option A. So he deleted his answer. Then again he answered option D. Be confident about your methods and your answer, है ना? ऐसा नहीं कि दूसरे गलत दे रहे हैं तो खुद सही भी सॉल्व किया तो गलत मार्क कर दिए. Okay, let's try the next one. Preeti, till now we have done 2 questions. This is the third one. This is the quadrilateral that if you use all the points, then you will be getting. This is the quadrilateral. Now, if you find the length, right? If you find the length, 4 square plus 5 square, that is equal to 25 plus 16 square root of 41. This is square root of 41, this is square root of 41, and this is square root of 41. All of these sides are of same length. That means it's either a rhombus or a square, correct? How do we figure out? Although just by looking at it, you can say that it's a rhombus, but not always you will be able to draw these points on number line or coordinate axis. So how do we figure out? So in a square, the diagonals are of equal length. So if you figure out BC will be equal to root 2 and AD will be equal to 9 root 2. This tells you that both the diagonals are not equal. That means it's not a square, it's a rhombus. In a square, both the diagonals are equal, bisecting each other, perpendicular to each other, right? But in this case, that's not the case. So it will be a rhombus. Product of slopes is equal to -1. Product of slopes of diagonals, right? That is perpendicular in square as well. है ना? Product of slopes of which, Arithro? In case of square also, The diagonals are perpendicular to each other. So their product will be -1 as well, right? And here as well. So that is not what differentiating this by square. The length of the diagonal is what differentiating it, right? Yes, you can take the product of slopes of two adjacent sides. Then it won't be -1. All right, let's try the next question. Yes, diagonal, either diagonals unequal, check for diagonals unequal, or check the angle between two lines. Just take their slopes. If their product is 90 degree, if their product is -1, that means it's a square. If their product is not -1, product of slopes of two adjacent sides, not -1, that it's a rhombus. I think something is wrong with this question. 2 points lie on the circumference. Wrong with the options actually, not question. Cannot be the area of the circle. No. Question. Yes, something is missing in this question. See, there are 2 points on the circumference. One of the point is 1, 1, and other point is 1, 5. Right. So this distance, what is this distance? 5 minus 1, which is 4. This distance is 4. Now maximum. Now this could be any 2 points on a circle, right? It could be here as well, 4. Then radius will be bigger. It could be here as well. Then radius will be bigger than 4, way bigger than. Yes, so if this makes minimum, है ना, तो ये यहाँ पे radius 2 हो जाएगा. In that case, area will be 4 pi. In every other case, area should be greater than 4 pi, correct? If you are taking in this case, the radius will be, r will be always greater than equal to 2, right? R will always be greater than equal to 2, and then area will always be greater than equal to 4 pi. Area should always be greater than equal to 4 pi, correct? So all which of the following? So I think options should be different, because this is possible, this is possible, this is not possible, this is not possible, this is not possible, correct? So anyway, the concept is something like that, correct? No, that is not required. Paris, all the values should have been greater than or equal to 4 pi except one value. All the values should have been greater than equal to 4 pi except one. because see, if these 2 points are extreme points of a diameter, then in that case the radius will be 2. Minimum length of the radius will be 2. Minimum length, it cannot be less than 2. So minimum area will be 4 pi. So all of the options should have been greater than or equal to 4 pi. One option should have been less than 4 pi. So this we can convert into 2 root 5, and this we can write like 4.33, and then we can mark this as answer. Then we can mark this as answer. Make this 2 root 5 pi, make this 4.33 pi, and then option A is the answer. I hope this is clear to everyone. There should not be any confusion, right? Okay. All right. Now we come to circle, and in case of circle, what do we know? Equation of circle is something like x minus a whole square plus y minus b whole square is equal to r square. In that case, the center will be a and b. Okay. In that case, the center will be a and b, radius is r, or you get x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2hx plus c is equal to 0. In that case, center will be minus g minus h, and radius will be square root of g square plus h square minus c. So there are two ways of writing the equation of circle, either this or this. And that will be used in this question. Two hy that is 2hy, है ना? So this question, it says tangents are drawn from a point P to a circle with the equation x square plus y square minus 8x minus 4y minus 5 is equal to 0, touching the circle at points M and N. What is the length of Mn? Okay, so what do we know? This is a circle, this is the tangents. Like this. This is the center, tangents are perpendicular to each other, tangents are perpendicular to radius, like this, है ना? This point P, and P is minus 3, 1, and then touching the circle at point M and N, right? How do you find this length? How do we find this length? Any idea? See, first of all, you need to find the center. What will be the center, guys? This center O will be from here, it will be 4 and 2, right? And radius will be square root of 4 square plus 2 square plus 5, which is equal to 5. The radius is equal to 5. The length of OM, this is 5, this is also 5, correct? This is 5, this is 5. We need to find this length. How do you find it? Batao. What's your answer? 5 root 2? Yes, that is correct. See, from here, as these are perpendicular, what we can do here? How do we use this point? Think about this. How do you use this point to solve this distance? If you are stuck in between, think about it here. Tell me, what helps us finding Mn? What is helping us finding this length Mn? Any idea? Batao. Length of PO. So draw the length of PO. See, if you draw the length of PO, what will happen? What will happen? See, these two are congruent triangles. So this will be perpendicular to this. So this length, let's say this point is T. MT will be the perpendicular length to the hypotenuse. है ना? So what will be the length of OP? OP will be equal to 4 minus 3 is 7. So 49 plus 1, that is equal to 5 root 2. This is what asked, right? No. 5 root 2, this is. So OP is equal to 5 root 2. What will be this length? PM will also become 5. Using the Pythagoras, PM will also become 5. And then what is MT? MT will be equal to MP into OM divided by OP. This is what we have learned, right angle triangle. So MP 5 into 5 divided by 5 root 2. है ना? So this gives us 5 upon root 2. So the answer is option B. 5 upon root 2 is the correct answer. है ना? 5 root 2 is the length of OP. है ना? 5 root 2 is the length of OP, not the length of MN. So MN, okay, MT is this, MT is this. So what will be the length of MN? MN will be 2 into 5 upon root 2, that is equal to 5 root 2. Yes, option C is correct, right. How did we find MT? MT in any right angle triangle, it's a right angle triangle, right? PMO is a right angle triangle. So this is how you use find the altitude. This is how you find the altitude to the hypotenuse. This we have discussed in the last class. See, any right angle triangle, A, B and C, this is D. So you find BD is equal to AB into AC upon AB into BC upon AC. This is how you find BD in any right angle triangle, है ना? Okay. Angle MOP will be right angle. No. Angle PMO will be right angle, not MOP. है ना? PMO will be right angle. MON will be right angle. How do you find that directly? That MON will be right angle. Aritro. Angle MON is right angle. How? After finding MP, you can say that, right? But not before that. Okay? All right, is that clear to everyone now? MOP, NOP, MOP, NOP is equal to 45. How? Directly how 45? How do you know that these two are equal? ON is equal to PN. Then only this will become 45, right? Here these two are equal, PM is equal to PN. So these two angles are equal. How can you comment anything about this angle or this angle? You cannot say anything about that before finding it. But yes, after you find this length, after that you can do anything. Chalo, all right. Let's move on to the next one. Now in this question, the concept that you can use, distance between point P, which is x1, y1, to the line ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 is mod of ax1 plus by1 plus c divided by square root of a square plus b square. This is the concept that will be used here. Distance between point P, any point P, and any given line. Distance means we are talking about perpendicular distance. Okay, how do we solve this? Using this concept, right? A straight line with equation 5x plus 12y is equal to k is tangent to the circle with equation x square plus y square minus 2x minus 6y minus 6 is equal to 0. What is the sum of all the possible values of k? So this is the circle. The center of this circle will be, so 1 and 3. This will be 1 and 3, right? Center, as we discuss the given formula here, using that you can convert it into a perfect square as well. X square minus 2x plus 1 plus y square minus 6x plus 9 is equal, plus 6 is equal to 1 plus 9, or x minus 1 whole square plus y minus 3 whole square is equal to, basically this is nothing but 16, right? This is minus 6. This is minus 6. So this will become 16, which is 4 square. So radius is 4, center is 1 and 3. Now it says this line is tangent to a circle. So this line is tangent to this circle. This line is 5x plus 12y minus k is equal to 0. Question is, what is the sum of all the possible values of k? So this will be the radius, and radius r is equal to 4, and this will be perpendicular to this. So we are going to use this. The distance between this point P to this line is 4. So apply this, what we can say, 5 into 1 plus 12 into 3 minus k divided by square root of 5 square plus 12 square. This should be same length as the radius, which is 4. So we can say this will be 3641 minus k mod is equal to, this will become 13, so 52, or 41 minus k is equal to plus minus 52, or k is equal to either minus 11 or it will become 93. The sum that we are looking for, sum will be 93 minus 11, that is equal to 82. So the answer is option D. So in case of equations or equation of circle, it should be clear in your head how to find the center, how to find the radius. That's it. Either you convert them into this form or you can directly remember them. If you don't remember this, then convert them into a perfect square. Like this one as well. How do we convert this into this form? X square minus 8x plus 16 plus y square minus 4y plus 2 will be equal to 5 plus 16 plus 2. This will be 4, sorry, 5 plus 16 plus 4. So this will become x minus 4 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square is 5 square in this form. So center 4 and 2, center 4 and 2 using this one or this one. Okay. So don't miss this. There is nothing wrong, nothing difficult with equation of the circle in coordinate geometry. Either you remember the first one or the second one. Okay, all good? All right, then let's try the next question. Okay, this should be a quick one now. The diagonals of a rhombus is formed by joining these two. If 4x minus 3y plus a is the equation of other diagonal, then what is the value of a? So always try to draw the figure to understand the situation completely. 7 1 and minus 1 3, these are two ends of one diagonal, and this is, it says, if this is the equation of other diagonal, this is 4x minus 3y plus a is equal to 0. Now what do we know about rhombus? That these two diagonals are bisecting each other as well as perpendicular to it. Perpendicular to it there is no use, but one thing that we can use, yes there is use, but one thing we can do, that this point the intersection will be on this line. So this middle point O will be midpoint 7 minus 1 by 2, which is equal to 3, 1 plus 7 plus and this will become 2. So this point should lie on this. So let's put it here, 4 into 3 plus minus 3 into 2 plus a is equal to 0, or a is equal to minus 6. So answer is option B. Yes, the midpoint of this diagonal will pass through this. Okay. Chalo. Let's go to the next question then. Try this one. This is XAT 2023 question. All of you who have seen this question before would have solved this easily. Otherwise, it's a challenging question. So, situation is like this. ABC is a triangle and the coordinates of ABC are, see, this point is AB minus 2C. This point is AB plus 4C. So, x coordinate is A. In both the points, the x coordinate is A. One point will be, this point will be below this point. So, if I take this point here, this point is A, B plus 4C, then other point will be here somewhere or below it. We don't know, that depends on the value of B and C, but it will be situation like this. Both of these points will be parallel to x-axis. What will be the length of this? The length of this will be straight away the height, difference of height, which is equal to 6C. Now the third point is minus 2A, 3C. So minus 2A will be somewhere here. This is minus 2A. Now think about this. If you take the difference of these two, you are getting 3C. So 3C will be somewhere here. So this point will be minus 2A and 3C. So now the equation is, now the triangle is like this. This is the triangle. So we know the length of the base, which is 6C. If we know this length, then we will be able to find the area. This will be nothing but the height. This is nothing but the height. And this height is same as this length, because this will be parallel to x-axis. And this length is A minus 2A, which is 3A. So what will be the area? 1 by 2 into 6C into 3A, which is equal to 9AC. And that's your answer, which is option D. है ना? Okay, all good? Everyone who did not see this question before, is that clear now? The solution? Let me know if you have any doubts here. Distance, using distance formula, it will be little bit time taking. Otherwise, it's very easy. Chalo, let's try the next one. Let's enter into trigonometry part. Let's try a few questions from trigonometry as well. So try this one. Don't be trying it. ऑप्शन सी, वाओ, बहुत अच्छे, देख रहे हो काफी लोगों ने अच्छा खासा रिवीजन कर रखा है. सी, here we are going to use two concepts. First, that is sine theta is equal to cos 90 minus theta. That's one thing, right? So what we can say, that cos 89 degree will be equal to sine 1 degree. Cos 88 degree will be equal to sine 2 degree, and so on. Other than that, sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. That's the second concept that we are going to use here. And then log m plus log n plus log p and so on is equal to log m into n into p and so on, right? This is what we are going to use. So basically, now this will become log 3 to the power cos square 1 degree plus sine square 1 degree plus cos square 2 degree plus sine square 2 degrees and so on, and in the end we are left with cos square 45 degree and the base is 27. So this will become log base 27 3 to the power 111 how many times? 44 times, and cos 45 degree, cos 45 degree is equal to 1 by root 2. So cos square 45 degree is equal to 1 by 2. So this will become 44.5, correct? So now we are getting 44.5 log 3 to the base 27. There is another concept that we are going to use here, that log b a to the power m is equal to 1 by m log b to the base a. So now 27 is equal to 3 to the power 3. So this will become 44.5 to the base 2 upon 3 log 3 base 3, which is equal to 1. Log 3 base 3 is equal to 1. This gives us 89 by 6. So answer is option C, which lots of you got correct. Aryan, Vishesh, Ritu, Paris, Rajvesh, Aditya, Ritro, Deviti, Devoditta and Nausheen. Well done, very good. I thought this was a good question, but no. Yes, this is a simple question. If you know the cosine rule, right? In any triangle, if there are three sides A, B, C, this angle is theta. What do we say? Cos theta is equal to A square plus C square minus B square upon 2AC, right? So here, if we have three sides, 6, 7, 8, the largest angle will be against the largest side, which is 8, right? And the largest angle is cos inverse x. So what we can say, that cos x is equal to 6 square plus 7 square minus 8 square upon 2 into 6 into 7. So we get cos x is equal to 36 plus 49 minus 64 divided by 2 into 6 into 7, and cos x will be equal to, this value is what, 40, 85. 85 means 21 divided by 2 into 6 into 7. 6 into 7 2 times. So cos x is equal to, wait a second, this should be cos theta, right? This is the angle theta. So cos theta, cos theta, cos theta. Cos theta is equal to 1 by 4, or we can say theta is equal to cos inverse 1 by 4. Okay. So yes, you got the correct answer, which is option A. Formed against the largest side. All right, chalo, let's move on to the next one. Now height and distance, this is an important part of XAT syllabus. They always ask question from height and distance. If not every year, then every alternate year you can find one question from height and distance. So why not practice few questions on this, right? Arithro, no, inverse trigo properties are not required in depth. Okay, if you know what we did in the last one, like cos theta is equal to 1 by 4, then theta is equal to cos inverse 1 by 4, that is enough. Shukun is asking, sir, how much did Aditya score in CAT? Shukun, you should ask Aditya about that, no? This question, it says angle of elevation of the top of a tower to a point A on the ground is 30 degree. Angle of elevation on the top of the flag post 10-meter high established on the top of the tower at point B on the opposite side of A is 60 degree. If distance between the base of A and B is 100 meters, what is the height of the tower? So first of all, the language is a bit rusty here, but if you understand that, you won't be having any kind of problem solving this question. This is the pole, okay, the base, let's say P, and the top is T. Above that there is a flag post, and this is F, and the flag post length is 10 meters, this length. Now there is a point A here, okay, and there is a point B here. There is a point B here. Now it says that the angle of elevation of the top of the tower to a point A, this point A, this angle of elevation is 30 degree, right? And the angle of elevation from this flag post, which is the length is 10 meter, to the point B, this is 60 degree. And the distance between A and B is 100 meters. So this is 100 meters. That's it. This is what's given. We need to find what's the height of the tower. So height of the tower, this PT, let's say this height is H. What do we have? We have 30, 60, 90 triangle. Both of these triangles are 30, 60, 90. Against 30, if it is H, then AP will be H root 3, right? In any 30, 60, 90 triangle, if you are not aware, then you must know this concept. This angle is 30, side length opposite to 30 is 1, side length opposite to 60 will be root 3, side length opposite to 90 will be 2. So if this is H against 30, against 60, this angle will become 60 degree, against 60 it will become H root 3. This whole length is H plus 10, which is against 60. So against 30, it will become H plus 10 upon root 3. Now according to question, what we can say that H plus 10 upon root 3 plus H root 3 is equal to 100. So from there it will be H plus 10 plus 3H is equal to 100 root 3, or we can say 4H is equal to 100 root 3 minus 10, or H will be equal to, I can take 10 common, it will be 10 root 3 minus 1 divided by 4, which is H 5 by 2 into 10 root 3 minus 1. So the answer is option A, you know. Lots of correct responses. That means practice चल रही है ना, काफ़ी अच्छी, very good. In case of height distance problem, you need to be aware of two triangles, at most three, 30, 60, 90 triangle side ratio, 1 is to root 3 is to 2, 45, 45, 90 degree, 1 is to root 2, and 15, 75, 90 degrees. Although they will give you sine 15 degree or cos 15 degree or tan 15 degree values if they ask it in the exam. They should. Now let's try the next one. Another question on height and distance. An object goes from T to A along TA. T to A along TA. In that respect, point of depression क्या होगा? अगर कोई इधर से यहाँ जा रहा है ना, तो इस पे परपेंडिकुलर लेंगे. यहाँ पे कोई पॉइंट है तो draw parallel to this and this point. If you are talking about this point, let's say this point is C, this angle will be the point of depression. Okay. Shravan, yes, I had mentioned that the language of this question was a bit rusty, है ना? It was not clear, but yes, you will have to understand the situation and then you can solve it. If you have practiced few questions of height and distance, then the language should be easy. which says it's 1 minus 10 square x, not 1 plus. Okay, do it. We are going to discuss this in 1 minute. A tower standing on a horizontal plane subtends a certain angle at a point 480 meters away from the foot of the tower. On advancing 300 meters towards it, the tower is found to subtend an angle twice as before the height of the tower is. So let's say this is the tower and this length is 480 meters away. This is point P, this is tower T, this is point A, and this length is 480. So this angle, if I say this angle is theta, then it says on advancing 300 meters towards it, the tower is found to. So towards it, the tower is found to. So 300 meters towards it, let's say this is point B, then this angle is 2 theta. This height is h. What we can say about PB, that will be equal to 180 meters. 480 meter minus 300 meter, it will be 480 meter. So what do we say? We say tan theta will be equal to perpendicular upon base, that is equal to h upon 480, and tan 2 theta is equal to h upon 180. Correct. Now what is tan 2 theta? That is equal to 2 tan theta upon 1 minus tan square theta. That is equal to n upon h upon 180. Now let's put the value of tan theta from here. So 2 into h upon 480 divided by 1 minus h upon 480 square is equal to h upon 180, right? So now we can cancel out this h. 2 into 2 40, this is 6 into 60 into 3, 60 into 4. So what do we get? We get 1 minus h by 480 square is equal to 3 by 4, right? So from there we can say that h upon 480 square, we don't need to calculate it, is 1 minus 1 by 3, 1 minus 3 by 4, which is 1 by 4. That is equal to 1 by 2 whole square. From there we can say h by 480 is equal to 1 by 2, or h will be equal to 240 meters, right? So the answer is option B, 240 meters. Okay, is that clear now, Devit? Diviti, sorry. Yes? Okay. Let me know if anyone has any doubts, or try this next question. Option B. If a cos x, tan x and sin x are in geometric progression, find the value of cos 18x divided by sin square x. So if these are in geometric progression, what we can say, that tan square x is equal to cos x into sin x. Now tan x can be written as cos square x divided, sin square x divided by cos square x. Sin square x divided by cos square x is equal to cos x into sin x. So from there we can cancel out this sin x and we get sin x is equal to cos cube x. The value that is given here, cos 18x, that can be written as cos cube x to the power 6 divided by sin square x. This I can put sin x, so sin to the power 6x divided by sin square x, which will be sin to the power 4x. So option B is the correct answer. Basic trigonometry, right? Okay, let's move on to the next question, guys. Let me know if you have any doubts. Okay, let's try this one. Very similar to the last question, the first question that we did on trigonometry. This is nothing, ignore this. Option A, yes, that is correct. So once again we are going to use this concept that sin theta is equal to cos 90 degree minus theta. So from there we can say this expression can be written as log sin 1 degree. This will be log sin 88 degrees and this will be log sin 89 degrees. So all of these will be basically cancelled out with all of these. So the sum that we are looking for is log 10 1 degree plus log 10 2 degrees and so on. Now one thing is also important here, that tan theta is equal to cot 90 minus theta, right? This is also true. So at the end this will be, in between there will be tan 45 degrees plus, then we can say it will be not only 10, it will be log 10. So log 10, this 10 I can write, okay, 88 degrees plus log 10 89 degrees. So ultimately this will become log 10 1 degree into 10 2 degrees into 10 45 degrees into 10 88 degrees, which I can write cot 2 degrees into cot 1 degree. Tan 1 into cot 1, tan theta into cot theta is equal to 1, tan theta into cot theta is equal to 1. So everything will become 1, this will also be 1. So at the end we are left with log 1, which will become 0. Answer is option A. log 1 is equal to 0. Yes. Okay then, now if you are done with this, let's try the next one. ठंड भी हो रही है यहाँ अंदर, एसी नहीं चलता तो गर्मी लगती है, स्टूडियो में एसी चलता है तो सर्दी हो जाती है. Consider triangle drawn on the XY plane with its three vertices 41 0 0 41 0 0, each vertex being represented by its XY coordinates. The number of points with integer coordinates inside the triangle excluding all the points on the boundaries. We are excluding all the points on the boundary. One point is 0 41, other is 41 0, and then we have 0 0. So we are talking about all the points inside this triangle, all the integral points, right? All the points with integral coordinates. So basically, what's this line? We need to think about x and y. X is greater than 0, y is greater than 0. Also, all the points should be below this line. That means x plus y should be less than 41. This line is x plus y is equal to 41. Below this, it will be x plus y less than 41. What we can say? if I take x is equal to 1, y will be equal to 1, 2, 3 till 39. That means 39 such points. If I take x is equal to 2, y will be equal to 1, 2 till 38. That means 38 points. And similarly, if you are taking x is equal to 39, y will be equal to 1. That means 1. So total number of integral points 1 plus 2 till 39, and that will be equal to 39 into 40 upon 2, which is equal to 780. That is option A. है ना? All right, clear to everyone? नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, रेडी गाइस? बताओ, कोई डाउट है यहां पे? 40 क्यों नहीं होगा मुस्कान? इफ यू आर टेकिंग x इज इक्वल टू 1 एंड y इज इक्वल टू 40, देखो x इज इक्वल टू 1, y इज इक्वल टू 40, तो क्या हो जाएगा? ये पॉइंट इस पे आएगा, इस लाइन पे आएगा. इट सेज इनसाइड द ट्राइंगल, इनसाइड this point will be 140. Okay, this point will be 41. These points will be on the line. Okay, is that clear now, Muskan? So that's why 40 is not taken. Okay, so let's try the next one. To solve this question, if you know how to draw few basic modulus graphs, then it will be much easier. Like graph of mod of x is something like this. This is the graph of mod of x. Now, if you want to draw the graph of mod of x minus k, so the graph will move where k is positive, graph will move k unit to the right. This is k. And if you want to add something like mod of x plus m, then graph will go m unit up. Like this point will become m. And if you want to draw graph of mod of x minus k plus m, then what will happen? Graph will go k unit to the right, m unit to the up. So now the graph will be this. This is the graph, guys. So if you know how to draw the graphs, then this question should be very easy for you. Hello? So ultimately we need to draw this fourth one and then we need to solve the question. Okay, done with the graph. Let's solve the question now. All right, so y is equal to mod of x minus 2 plus 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like this. So the graph of this line will be this one, y is equal to mod of x minus 2 plus 3. So 2 and 3. If you put x is equal to 0, y will become 5, right? So this will touch 5 here and it will go here. This is 5. This is 3. This is 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Then it says x is equal to 3. X is equal to 3 will be this line, this one. Now we need to find the area enclosed by this. So which area we are talking about? Which area are we talking about? We are talking about this area. From here, y-axis, then this one, then this one, then this one, and this one. This is the area that we are talking about. What will be this length? So when you put x is equal to 3, 3 minus 2 mod plus 3 is equal to 4. So this point will be 4. This is 3, 4. So this height is 4. What is this height? When you put x is equal to 2, this height is 3. This height is 5, right? This height is already 5. What is the, so all of these will be parallel to each other. So there are two trapezium that you can see. This length is 1 and this length is 2. The height is 1 and 2. What we can say about the area? 1 by 2 into sum of parallel sides 5 plus 3 into the height which is 2 plus half into sum of parallel sides 3 plus 4 into height that is 1. So we are getting here 8 plus this will be 3.5. So we are getting 11.5 square units. That is option B. Area of two trapezium together. Yes, Aritra, that is correct. So if you know how to draw this graph easily, then you can solve this question quickly. Otherwise, it will take lots of time to draw the graph, then trying to understand from the figure what it says, which area to find, right? Okay. All good here? Any doubts? If you have any doubts, then let me know. Okay, now let's try this one. This question is a mixture of coordinate as well as probability. वेरी गुड. हर क्वेश्चन का आंसर है यहाँ पे तो. It says region R is defined as the region in the first quadrant satisfying the condition 12x plus 5y is less than 60. X, y, 12x plus 5y. If you put x is equal to 0, you get y is equal to 12. If you put x is equal to y is equal to 0, you get x is equal to 5. So we put the values here. This is 12 and this is 5. This is the line that we are talking about. This is the line that we are talking about. Given that a point P with coordinate RS lies within the region R, what is the probability that R is greater than 2? R is one of the axis, one of the point on x coordinate. So if I take R here, this is 2. Hello? If I take 2, then what will happen? What will be this point? If I put x is equal to 2, then 12 into 2 plus 5y should be less than 60, or 5y should be less than 36, y should be less than 7.2. So this point will be 2 and 7.2. So question is, what is the probability that R is greater than 2 and RS lies within the region? So R is greater than 2, we are talking about this region. Out of this whole triangle, we are talking about this region, right? So what is the probability? So what's the height here? 7.2 is the height. Here height is 12. So the probability that we are looking for, the favorable outcome, this length is 3. Half into 3 into 7.2 into 3 divided by half into area of this triangle. So 12 into 5. Half cancelled out. 12 0.6 times. So that is 1.8. So we will have to remove the decimal anyway, right? Yes. So this is, remove the decimal, it will become 50. 3 times 25 times. So that gives us 9 by 25. So the probability of R being greater than 2 is option B. This is how we find the answer. R is any value greater than 2. With respect to that, y will be what, or value of s will be what in this triangle. Ronak, we find the area because all the points that we are talking about could be anywhere in this region. The points that we are talking about, it says given that a point P within the coordinates, with the coordinates within the region R, this is region R, the triangle is the region R, correct? So this whole is our sample space, of which this is our favorable area. So how do you find the probability here? There could be infinite points, right? Infinite points in this region that we are talking about. So how do you compare this region is what part of this whole region R? So we find the area, okay? Okay, Shashank, in case of R being 2, R is greater than 2, so we took R is equal to 2. If you take R is equal to 2, then S or Y should be less than 7.2. है ना? Below this, R2 maximum 7.2, R2 point something, it should be 7.2, less than 7.2, and so on. If you keep increasing R, the value of S will keep decreasing from 7.2. So this triangle where you find all the values of all the points RS, where R is greater than 2, है ना? Then we find the area of these two triangles. Ronak, number of points is a different thing. Number of integral points is a different thing. There could be infinite points, right? We are not talking about, it says that given that P is this. What is the probability that R is greater than 2? We are talking about whole area, whole region. है ना? Okay, done. The question is not saying integral points. Yes, that's why we need to find the area. Correct. Because in that region there could be infinite points. Lalit Bansal, yes, R greater than equal to 2, R greater than 2, same thing. In case of area, it will be a line, right? If you take R is equal to 2, that will be a line, so we can ignore that. If the angles A, B and C of a triangle are in arithmetic progression such that sine 2A plus B is equal to 1 by 2, then sine B plus 2C is equal to. First of all, we can take A is equal to A minus D, B is equal to A and C is equal to A plus D. What we can say about A plus B plus C? Or you can take it right like this. B minus D, this is B plus D. So A plus B plus C is 180 degree, or B minus D plus B plus B plus D is equal to 180 degree. D is cancelled out. Then B is equal to 60 degrees. B is equal to 60 degrees. Now it's given that sine 2A plus B is equal to 1 by 2. When do we say sine theta is 1 by 2? Whenever you say sine theta is equal to 1 by 2, that means if theta is an acute angle, then theta will be 30 degree. If theta is an obtuse angle, then theta will be 150 degree, right? And then next, it will be 390 degree. So that is not possible. Also, A cannot be negative. So only possibility is when 2A plus B is equal to 150 degrees, or 2A is equal to 90 degrees, or A is equal to 45 degrees. In that case, we can say D is equal to 15. If D is equal to 15, the measurement of C will be 75 degrees. Correct. Now we need to find sine B plus 2C. That will be equal to sine 60 degree plus 150 degree that is equal to sine 180 degree plus 30 degree. What do we know about sine? That sine 180 degree plus theta is equal to minus sine theta. So this will give us minus sine 30 degree, that is equal to minus 1 by 2. So yes, option A is the correct answer, है ना. कुछ लोगों की प्रिपरेशन काफ़ी अच्छी चल रही है ना. कुछ लोग अभी भी प्रैक्टिस नहीं कर रहे, फोकस नहीं कर रहे, है ना. So in case of XAT exam, if you are not very confident with quantitative aptitude, then try to solve DI, है ना. Watch few DI PYQ solutions that I have uploaded on YouTube. We have uploaded all the video solutions of XAT PYQ 2018 onwards. So watch them, then you will realize that the level of DI is not difficult in terms of XAT. There could be some LR based questions as well. So we have taken a 3-hour session on last 4 Sundays that you can watch for that. And ultimately the number of sets could be 2 to 4. So number of questions in DIs could be 6 to 12. So you should focus on that, okay. Even if lots of data is given or some strange graph is given, you should give it some time, okay, and try to figure out what's given. Representation of data should not be a problem for you, है ना. And then in the rest of the questions you can choose the easier ones in quantitative aptitude and solve them. All right. है ना. So guys, that's it from my side, okay. And all of you guys, thank you for joining us today. Happy New Year, but keep practicing, all right. And I hope next year all of you guys are going to enjoy your new year in XLRIs, right? So all the best, keep practicing. Thank you, bye bye. Yes, there are sessions every day. There are sessions lined up, okay. Tomorrow onwards also we have sessions, okay. Aryan, in QADI, don't take a particular number of questions in your mind, okay. Just try to go with the flow. In that way you can maximize your score. All right, all the best.